Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning, everyone, all participants here. I will discuss with you about the trauma or injury in disaster because the theme is disaster. Okay. Okay. Next. Use pointer. Is my name, and you can explore in my YouTube too about the operation, about my experience in disaster, and about my activity. Okay, this is my experience in the medical team in disaster. Start in 2004 in tsunami Aceh. I hope you know about the tsunami Aceh, very big tsunami. Yeah, about 300,000 victims in the disaster died. And until now, I'm still in Diponegoro University. Okay, in earthquake in Java or in Sumatra, and it's my experience. So I will share about you about my experience in here about the disaster, particularly in the trauma or injury. Nggak bekerja. Okay, this is my outline, introduction and of disaster, management of trauma injury, and primary survey and secondary survey, in conclusion. Disaster is serious disruption of the functioning of community that exceed its capacity to cope using in own resource. Many kind of the disaster in Indonesia. You know, Indonesia is know about the mall of disaster, mall of disaster, because this is the map. Kind of disaster, earthquake, eruption, flood, long dry, landslide, and riot. India, no war, but riot is in Indonesia. About the religion, or maybe about the suku race. Okay. This is a map of earthquake. You know the map like this. Almost all region in Indonesia, there is a earthquake map. Yeah. Except the Kalimantan. Kalimantan is safe. So we will move to the Kalimantan in the IKN. maybe Jokowi know about the map, yeah. No earthquake in Kalimantan, no mountain eruption in Kalimantan. Okay, this is earthquake and tsunami. I'm here in 204 in tsunami. So many victims. Yeah, I found many people get trauma in the tsunami Aceh. Yeah, this is my experience. Still young, because 20 years ago. Okay, this is, I'm still in resident in surgery. Yeah, in second class, and this one, Adi is strong kid. They get trauma in here, long trauma, long injury here, but still no crying, no crying. This Adi, yeah. And we go to Longa. Longa is bridge from another side of the Aceh, and many people come to another side to the Banda Aceh. Okay, like this mall in the Aceh, and the ship can go to the front of the mall. Okay, and another earthquake in the Sumatra. We go to, this is me. Yeah, you know about the map of the earthquake. This one is different the kind of the disaster. For example, the earthquake is for we need many long time to make normal people. If a earthquake, but it's different. It flood. Flood is after flood is go, he still come back to the home. But earthquake is many time. You need maybe one month, 2 months to make people is normally, because like this. And usually after earthquake, the big earthquake, after that small earthquake come again, like this. So the people use the camera like this. It's safe to the people. Okay, this volcano map Indonesia like this. Is Kalimantan still safe? Yeah, Sumatra, Java, Sulawesi is many mountain volcano. Yeah, except in Kalimantan and Jayapura. This is in my experience in Merapi eruption. Merapi near here. If you go only maybe 2 hours or 3 hours from here, yeah, you can go to the top and show the person like this. Okay, this our team, Kesatuan Relawan Siaga Bencana, Krishna, ya, Krishna FK Undip. Okay, next. Lucy, this the ladies, Lucy, names of the lady. He born when the eruption and go to refugees camp. She didn't have name, and the mother asked me, "Doctor, give the name for the baby." Yeah, give the name of the baby. I give name the Mulan, because Mulan is the artist in Indonesia. Mulan Jamila. But the father not accept my name, my gift name. And the father gave name the Lucy, because you know what is the meaning of Lucy? Lungongungsi. Lungongungsi is mean refugees. Lungongungsi, refugees. This is in Java. In Java, Lucy, Lungongungsi. And it means refugees. Okay? This one. This is a landslide. Okay? Kalimantan still safe of landslide. Okay? Sumatra is many place landslides. Okay, this is Banjarnegara, still in center of Java, near here. You can go to Banjarnegara. Okay, and flood map Indonesia like this. This, okay, like this. This is in Indonesia, yeah. I think this is in Demak. Demak is only 1 hour from here, from Semarang. It is right map in Indonesia. Ethnic, yeah, Spartism, religion, Spartism, and politics. Yeah. Okay, like this. Okay. And this is a bomb in Gaza. I go to Gaza in 29. Yeah, like this. And this is my patient in the in the hospital and explore in sharpness in here, yeah, like this. Bisa nunjuk nggak? Nggak bisa. This is sharpness. Yeah, yeah. He still smile, yeah. But I need 2 hours to do this, yeah, to perform, extract the sharpness. Okay, okay. After that, after know about the disaster and the kind of the disaster, we discuss about the management of trauma or injury. Trauma or injury is damage to your body caused by accident, fall, hit, weapon, disaster, and more. Yeah, and the 2 fundamental concept to management trauma is first is primary survey, and second is secondary survey. It's very important. Yeah, primary survey is to save the life. Yeah, airway, breathing, circulating. Yeah, is very important. After that, secondary survey, and most of the disaster after that, we find the patient with the secondary survey, because, for example, eruption, yeah, burn all of the body, and come to us not like this. We can do anything if burn and eruption still, yeah, we can do anything. But after that, they come to the post, go to the post medical team, is secondary survey after that. Okay, this is primary survey. It's very important thing. Every time if you find the trauma in your mind, you have fundamental disease. Primary survey should clear the airway, maintenance and spinal protection, breathing and ventilation, circulation with bleeding control, disability, exposure. This is the concept, yeah. If you find the patient with trauma, anytime, and okay, I will discuss about the airway first. Primary survey is team setup, not only one person, but the team. You can explore the airway and breathing and circulating like this. Airway specialist in the top, and doctor and circulation like this, yeah. Team leader. This is still this is the leader to perform the primary survey. Airway maintenance and spinal protection continues. Yeah. All trauma patient must be assumed they have sustained a spinal injury until proven otherwise. We should assume they have a spinal injury until we can prove no spinal injury. Yeah. And patient must be nursed in a spinal board strapping. Yeah, spinal board. If you don't have spinal board, you can in like this. In I think spinal board. What is it mean is very hard board. Yeah, not smooth board. Is to save the spinal cord or there is injury or not. Okay, long rolling maneuver. It means you can exposure all of the body from the head until the spinal, until the if there is a trauma, there is a hematome, there is a anything in the body, yeah. Do not apply traction until spinal injury has been excluded. Do not apply extraction, no extraction. If you find the fracture in the femur or humerus or tibia, femur, humerus, tibia, do not apply traction first. No need, yeah. Just stop the bleeding if there is the bleeding. Cervical spinal protection using an appropriate size rigid cervical collar and immobilization. You should perform the cervical spinal collar. If you have, you can, if you don't have, you can use another, like this, like the bottle of the infuse, yeah. Use, make the spinal, cervical collar rigid, yeah, rigid cervical collar to immobilization in the head. Chin lift and jaw thrust, like this, to get the airway clearance and maintain with minimal cervical motion, yeah. Okay, this is head tilt and chin lift, like this, to secure the airway, yeah. Jaw thrust, like this. Okay, this is a cervical collar, a rigid cervical, yeah. If you have, if you don't have, you can use another. You can make another that rigid. Okay, after that, after airway, simultaneously with the breathing and ventilation, you can assessment with inspection, palpation, percussion, and auscultation. Yeah, is very important if with the injury, life-threatening injury is massive hematothorax, like this, tension pneumothorax, hemopneumothorax, flail chest, cardiac tamponade, tracheobronchial injury. Yeah, usually come in the unit emergency. Circulation, you should assess the circulation, feel for cold extremity, like this. Yeah, pulse rate is normal or not, rise or not, blood pressure, altered mental status, pulse volume, capillary refill, and pallor. Systolic blood pressure, yeah, continuous cardiac monitoring. If in shock, assume hemorrhagic shock until proven otherwise. If you find patient with the trauma and shock, you think this is a shock hemorrhagic shock, yeah, the first, until otherwise, until you proven this is otherwise. Resuscitative effort, arrest hemorrhage. If there is hemorrhage, you should press the hemorrhages. If you find IV crystalloid, normal saline, like that, 1 liter or 20 milliliter per kilogram weight, yeah, body weight. In pediatric patient, below 40 kilogram. But this, if you find the patient, give the 1 liter, okay, 1 liter. You can assume this is the patient is for 50 kilogram, like this. If you know this patient is obese, or you can give 2 liter. If you find this patient is 100 kilogram, like this. Common blood transfusion is immediately if still in shock after second bolus of IV. If you first 1 liter and patient still shock, give 1 liter, and still shock, you should looking for the blood, give the blood, yeah. Until searching for possible cause of ongoing breath. Usually in the abdomen can bleeding until 3 liter or 3.5 liter in abdomen. In the femur, maybe 2 liter. If the bleeding here, in the thorax, maybe 3 liter. And do you know how many our blood? 70 milliliter per kilogram berat badan per body weight. For example, my blood is maybe about 4 liter, yeah, like this. And get bleeding in here in abdomen, 3.5 liter is we don't have blood in our body. Shock hemorrhagic shock. Prevent hypothermia. Hypothermia, you can give the blanket to the patient. Monitor efforts, yeah. But in disaster, maybe you don't have monitor effort. You can, like this, cool or not in the finger, in the, yeah, like this. Okay, disability. Glasgow common skill, alert, verbal, yeah. Papillary light reflex. How about the papillary reflex? Okay, this is in exposure. Remove all clothing carefully and examine from head to toe judiciously. Jadi, so you can exposure from head to toe, all of the body. Avoid hypothermia, and long roll the patient to expose the back. Then inspect and palpate the spine. You can palpate the spine. This is normal or abnormal, like this. And it is lock rolling maneuver, yeah. And together, yeah, the team together perform the lock rolling maneuver to check the spinal, to check the back, there is an injury or not. Okay. And now is secondary survey. Secondary survey is very important. After we success the resuscitate the patient, a shock can stabilize, and after that we can perform all of the body and get the anamnesis again. How about the injury? How about the condition of in injury? There is a allergy or not? Give medication, past medical history, and how about the accident? How about like this? Last meal, yeah, it's very, very, very important to know in secondary survey until, yeah, the tile of examination from head, neck, eye examination, abdomen, digital rectal examination, yeah, genitourinary, musculoskeletal system, ear, nose, throat, chest, pelvic, central nervous system, all of the body. You should check the patient and documentation. Yeah, if you find anything, you can documentation. Secondary survey include the consultation and referral. You can consult with the specialist if you find trauma and supportive care, rehabilitative care, and usually in here, rehabilitative care you can do in the disaster trauma, like debridement, like the hecting, like the give application, the give the for before consult to the before referral to the specialist. For example, if you find the fracture in the humerus, in the femur or humerus, you can give the spark force. After that, you can refer to the hospital, like this. Okay. The conclusion is, if you find a victim or trauma, a patient with trauma in disaster, you should ABCD or primary severe force, immediate assessment, resuscitation force, stabilization force, yeah, and after that secondary survey. You can do after primary survey is clear. I think it's finished. Thank you very much for your attention. Okay.
Yeah, give applause to Dr. Mukni.
We can discuss about our experience.
Yeah, thank you very much, Dr. Mukni. Maybe
Welcome.
please have a seat. Yeah. Okay, students, now we will have the session for the question and answer. Who do you want to deliver the questions? I think this is a very interesting lesson to us. Yeah, how to take care of the patient. Oh, when I'm sorry, not for the patient, yeah, for the victim. When we get the first time, so what should we do? Okay, this is very interesting, especially for the volunteer. Yeah, for the volunteer here. Okay, raise your hand. Who do you want to ask to Dr. Mukni?
I think everything is clear, yeah.
Oh, very clear. Yeah, yeah. Hello. Are you still on, everybody? Oh my God.
Maybe you can tell to us about your experience with in disaster management,
Okay, okay.
or to be volunteer in disaster.
Yeah.
Okay,
Okay.
And
Who is the volunteer here? Or maybe I want to hear your opinion about the what should you do if you first time you get the victim of the any kind of disaster.
buka adik.
Ah,
Buka yang tadi.
who do you want to share the opinion? Maybe just silent. Don't make. Okay. Side, right side. Okay. Do you have any something to say? Just be active, everybody.
Good morning, everyone. My
Morning.
name is Nadim, and I am from the University of Gadjah Mada, and my field is in Faculty of Medicine. And what you said about your experience, I think, is very, I guess, touching and also very impressive, considering the number of disaster teams you've been a part of, I guess. Also have a question, responding to your question first. I guess when we have a victim, a disaster victim, most importantly, we need to assess for the primary survey that consists of the airway, breathing, circulation, disability, and also exposure. And also we need to do a follow-up of the secondary survey later on about the ample criteria. My question to you, doctor, is what has been your, I guess, are there any disaster that are different in terms of primary surveys or like secondary surveys, such as maybe in earthquakes, maybe you prioritize the victims who are maybe, I guess, what are the priorities in victims? Maybe are they any different in maybe victims of earthquakes or maybe in volcano eruptions? Or maybe, I guess, any variations, I guess, like what do you prioritize most in those patients, I guess? Is that clear?
Okay, very good question. My experience mostly I find the victim in secondary survey, not in primary survey. Yeah. For example, in the eruption, in the Marapi eruption, still calm, yeah. And but the patient usually have we can do anything like this. In my experience in Merapi, in this one, this is only 30 minutes before second eruption of Merapi. First eruption, we come to from Semarang to and we can go to the top because the many people still in the top of the only 5 kilometers from the eruption Merapi. We go to and check the patient like this. Why the people didn't go to refugees camp? Because the cow, the many cow, you know cow.
Animals?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Still in the top. They don't want leave the house because many cow in the village. And we go to the top. But after that, 30 minutes comes the second eruption. And we go. We don't do anything because the primary survey, you know, if there is burn like the Mbah Marijan, you can do anything. 100% burn because the eruption. And he saved my life first. Okay, like this. After that, we can go then. And most of the patients come to ours is secondary survey, not in primary survey. But the fundamental is same. Airway, breathing, circulating, disability and exposure. For all the trauma. For all the victim of the disaster, like this. Because this is resuscitate, stabilize, and after that, if you find the fracture is still, if RV is clear, circulating is clear, it's okay. Breathing is clear, it's okay. You can referral after that, like this. It's the same. The fundamental is the same. Okay. For example, in flood, if you find the victim flood, again, RV flush, like this. The burn eruption, RV flush, not another, because this save the life. Okay, the same. The principle is the same. Thank you very much. It's very
Okay.
nice.
Thank you very much, Dr. Mugni. Is it
Yeah.
clear? Okay, thank you. And to the other participants here, maybe I want to ask you something. Do you want to ask to Dr. Mugni?
It's from?
Please. Everything. Oh, yeah. Okay.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Yuta Doi from Japan, from Kagoshima University. And thank you for the lecture. I have one question about the medication about disaster, because like it's a similar disaster in Japan and Indonesia, like earthquake and flooding, and some prefectures like have a volcano or something. So like so when we got the eruption or landscape or earthquake happens, I think like the people in Indonesia are in trouble, so panicked. And then like in Japan, we are obey the like the traffic is so safely than here, I think. But like here is kind of like complexity of the traffic. So in my opinion, like the disaster happens, the people in Indonesia are panicked, and the traffic is so complexity or something. And then like in Japan we have the ambulance. I think like this has an ambulance, right? So the disaster happens, the ambulance have to be in a disaster point, but like the traffic happens. So what kind of the another way to go to that point, like smoothly or something? So like helicopters or something. So I asked that question.
Yeah.
Is that okay?
Yeah.
How about in Indonesia? Oh, yeah. Okay. Is it clear?
This is you if you find the victim, but the traffic jam. Yeah. If you have the helicopter ambulance. In Indonesia, we have a Gojek ambulance. Yeah, by motorcycle. Yeah, we have in Jakarta. Because Jakarta is like this. Every day traffic jam. Not only in disaster. Every day. Yeah, we use the motorcycle ambulance. We bring because we don't have the helicopter. We don't many helicopter ambulance only. And how in Jakarta, I think my senior tell about us about the motorcycle ambulance. Only they bring the doctor and the equipment and the driver like this in the jam. I think this is. You don't have helicopter many you don't have, but you have motorcycle, many motorcycle in Indonesia. Yeah.
Actually, in my prefecture, Kagoshima, like there are many islands, so we have the helicopters to like save the people in an emergency. So I'm a little bit curious about the Indonesia situation. Thank you.
Yeah, because we have only 10 minutes. Yeah, it's about the airway. We have only 10 minutes. It's very, very life-threatening. Okay, very good question. Okay.
This is a sharing experience from Japan. Maybe.
A tsunami is named from Japan. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Maybe from the other country, from Indonesia or from Japan. This is the students here from the other countries, Netherlands and Philippines. Okay. How about the Philippines? What happened when? Oh, Filipino is here. I'm sorry.
Okay, Philippines.
How about what happened in Philippines? Yeah.
Oh yeah, Philippines. Yeah.
Yes.
I have ever in the Cebu, Haiyan Twister.
Actually, sir, good morning. I am Diana, and I am from the University of the Philippines. We saw in your experience that you went to the Philippines for the Haiyan typhoon. I'm actually from I actually grew up. My hometown is quite near to the sort of the epicenter, the ground zero of the typhoon. It was really severe. So I would also like to ask from your perspective as a medical professional that went there, how was the experience like?
Yeah, okay. I have a friend, but I'm not in the center, but I'm in Cebu and Medellin. Medellin is other island, yeah, but it's near. But if we come to the island, it's the hospital is no operate, yeah. We try because we come with the surgeon, anesthesia, and medical doctor and nurse. Yeah, we tried in the operating room. Yeah, the first time we come to the mayor, and come and discuss about this. Okay, we can operate the hospital, and then everything is no working. Yeah. Particularly in the electric force, yeah. And then after that, we come to the village. We have two group. One group in the hospital, one group in the village. Come to the village and find the trauma victim. For example, is the wound. For example, is like this. We come to the Medellin, Bogor, Cebu is two weeks. Yeah. After that, I come to the Indonesia like this. First time, we always come to the post of the disaster, and they usually give direction. We will go to the Medellin, go to the another like this place. There is no medical team like this. Yeah, it's very nice. Come to the Cebu. Yeah, come to the Cebu for 2 weeks. And we find many patients, not only in the disaster victim, but for example, there is the cancer in the mama come to us, cancer of the breast cancer come to us, and we have surgeon, we have brain surgeon, we have the orthopedic surgeon. Come to the team, with the team, medical team. Okay, like this. Thank you, Philippines.
Yeah, it's interesting experience. And do you have got a typhoon? Have you get the experience in typhoon? Yeah. So what did you do in that time?
Sorry. Well, as we all know, Haiyan is the strongest typhoon to date in the whole world. I was very young at that time. It was 2013, I think. It was in November. I was only, I won't reveal my age, but I was very young. I was in high school. I was a freshman in high school. The surge of the typhoon was at night, so we weren't as prepared. And typhoon is very common in the Philippines, so it's like, as I've mentioned earlier, yesterday, if they announce that there's a typhoon, we're like, okay, another typhoon. So we weren't as prepared as we should have. But then it was very strong. The winds are very strong. I actually have an experience where one of my aunts, their house has this very big glass window, and then it shattered. Her husband is paralyzed, so she was caring for the paralyzed husband, but then she didn't know that the shattered glass wounded her here.
Yeah.
And my house is a little far away, so we had to face the winds, and we're walking and the winds were just hitting us. It was a very traumatic experience for me, and we had to respond. At that time, I was very young, but I've learned a few skills from school. So we helped stop the bleeding. We used clean T-shirts. Just to stop the bleeding, because her daughter cannot do that because she's afraid of blood. But fortunately, I am not, so I helped in doing that. And if I may share, it was the time when I realized that, hey, I want to do this.
Okay.
I mean, it was a sad experience, but somehow I got something from it, and I realized that I want to do it for other people. I mean, I want to do it to care for other people, especially in disasters. And that's what made me really interested to attend this seminar right now. So that's all. Thank you.
Okay. The point is the circulating. Yeah. Stop bleeding. The point is stop bleeding. Circulation. Yeah, because you can get hemorrhagic shock after that. Okay, it's good experience. Yeah. Okay.
She became the little doctor in that time, to saving the other people. Okay, thank you very much. Maybe one more experience from the other country, from Netherlands.
Okay.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, from Netherlands, we still have another country, Julian and the other.
Hi, I'm Nick from Radboud University, Netherlands. Fortunately, I can say that I have not experienced disaster.
No disaster, yeah.
We had a flood 3 years ago, but it was another part of the Netherlands, so I didn't really experience that for myself. But maybe if I can ask a question to the doctor. I'm curious if you experience so many disasters for yourself, does it also have an impact on your mental health? Because if you are a victim of a disaster, it can have a huge impact. So if you, as a doctor, as a health professional, does it also influence that in your work?
Thank you, Nick.
Okay.
Yeah. Do you have any trauma like this, Dr. Mukni?
No, because the doctor born to social. Okay, if you find like disaster, you will make spirit to be a doctor. It is mine. I am a doctor. I should go to the place. Yeah. Do you know with the tsunami is in the 24 December, 26 I think, 26 after yeah, Merry Christmas. And in television, and after that we go out directly 2 days after that, and we know about the victim. Yeah, many people die in the, and we give our spirit to us about to be a doctor, to be a surgeon. Is one reason why I to be a surgeon is about the medical team in disaster. Is make you strong in the, I think like this. Disaster make you, because I'm not victim, I'm a doctor. It's different with the miss. Yeah, he's a victim, maybe a trauma, but I think it's spirit to you, to us, to be a doctor. If you to be a volunteer, try to be a volunteer like this. You find the many people, refugees like this. Lucy, do you remember Lucy? Lucy is mean Lungongungsi. Lungongungsi in Java. In English, refugee is this name. Yeah, like this. Many people you find you come with you and very close with the people. Make you strong. I think like this. Thank you very much. You should try to be a volunteer. To make spirit to be a doctor, okay? Spirit to be a surgeon, spirit to be anesthesia, like this, trauma, surgeon, I think, many patients with the trauma in disaster. Okay, thank you.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, Dr. Mukni.
Okay.
I think
It's
the
enough.
time is up. Yeah.
Okay.
I believe that there are so many questions that you want to deliver, but the time is up. So thank you very much, Dr.
Thank you very
Mukni.
much.
Give
Assalamualaikum
applause
warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
to Dr. Mukni.